I've tried to record this video like 6 times already and I've kind of exhausted myself, but this needs to happen. I have followed the Shinee boys since 2010, so 8 years now. It's just been crazy to see as they grow that I have been able to grow alongside them. The Shinee boys have a very near and dear place in my heart. They have helped me through so many things. In particular, back in 2011, I had a bout of 6 or so months of debilitating depression and anxiety. Either I felt absolutely nothing, completely and totally numb, or I felt intense anxiety where I felt like I was dying. One of the few things that kind of gave me some sort of emotional satisfaction was going through and watching Shinee music videos, watching interviews and daytime television shows with Shinee, and in particular Shinee Hello Baby, which is a TV series in which they gave a Korean pop boy group a baby to watch, and dear goodness was that the emotional tie that I needed in my life at that time. I cannot express how, in combination with Jesus, Shinee saved my life. They're very significant to me. All the boys. I could rant for ages about the individual love that I feel for each and every member. And I appreciate so very much that of all the Korean pop groups, Shinee, they just descend beyond this astral plane into another with just genuine quality of performance, dancing, and vocals, on top of the fact that as each member has grown older, their personal solo debuts and the tidbits of artistic just genius that each member has shown is amazing. They're so good. They're such good boys. Today I just really wanted to do my best to express myself about my feelings with it being the year anniversary of Jonghyun's passing. December 2017, I was serving a full-time proselyting mission for my church. With all the rules and regulations that were put in place, it was very limited what music I could listen to, what media I could watch, and I mean it was even limited as to how often I could email my parents. In December last year, I received an email from my mother of Jonghyun's passing, letting me know that he had committed suicide. Number one, my mother has never ever been supportive of me with my Korean pop music. Well, I guess she hasn't been anti necessarily, but she rolls her eyes. But she knows how important Shinee is to me. For her to be the one to email me and tell me the information was very overwhelming. I did not know how to respond. I did not have the emotional space or capacity at the time to be able to really process it, to really mourn, and I didn't even have the resources to be able to properly look up what happened and everything. And I kind of had to put it in the back burner. But I was able to return home from my mission and become a normal person again. In June of this year, after a month or so of adjusting, I finally was like, you know what? I miss Korean pop music so much. I miss it so bad. I'm getting back into it. It was very overwhelming seeing how Onu, Ki, Minho, and Taemin, they had a comeback despite everything they went through, and they did that. And then additionally, as I did more research and really read into what exactly happened with Jonghyun, I finally was able to take the time to begin to mourn. I cannot express how important this boy's life was and still is to me. Anybody who knows Shinee and the 5 boys' personalities, they know that Kim Jonghyun, that he's always kind of like the source of energy for the group. He's always the butt of the jokes, always the instigator. Additionally, he's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul who was well known for being very genuine, very selfless, and also just having a beautiful, beautiful mind. His lyrics And his music is just, it's gorgeous. It's absolute art at its finest. And that in itself denotes amazing amounts of respect despite personality and all these many layers to this individual. What really kills me with Jonghyun's passing is the fact that he was always an advocate for the importance of taking care of yourself when you are experiencing depression or sadness. He wrote many of the songs reflecting upon the importance of such things. So how much was he hurting in order to look beyond that himself? Reading up on the things that his close family and friends said, they assured fans that during Jonghyun's last days that he was not alone, that he was in fact surrounded by loved ones. But because of the infection of depression in him, it had completely and totally convinced him that he was in fact alone, and that his life was no longer worth living for himself. He was completely and totally living for others and not for himself. And I'm still processing it. And then I'm additionally seeing how his name is just thrown under the bus. This is the face of depression. This is what the Korean pop industry does to people. No. This was a selfless, loving soul who, anybody who is a fan or understands Jonghyun's personality, who he was. No, that's not why. Just screaming onto the void that people would just stop using his name for that. I've been doing my best to mourn and remember his life by all the joys that he's brought into my life personally, by remembering that everything that he's done has saved so many people's lives, including my own. I am so grateful for that. I'm so proud of how the rest of the members of Shinee have continued forward, how they've continued to support one another, that they've been able to stay together for so long. There's so many other Korean pop groups where they disintegrate and they fall apart after 5 years, and they are here after 10 years after a member has passed away, and they're still going strong. And I'm gonna continue to support them and continue to spend all my paychecks on their CDs. I love the Shinee boys. And here's the thing too that I've come to realize. I'm very aware of what the Korean pop and idol industry is, that these companies are literally taking these human beings and molding and shaping them and training them so that they can be the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend sort of character, so that more or less they sell emotional attachments. And I recognize that's what the Korean pop industry is, and yes, I recognize that I am the target demographic with that. But the thing is, Shinee has they've grown beyond that with becoming genuine artists. And the fact is, I have an emotional attachment to these individuals. At this point, legitimately, they are close friends and family in my heart. And I'm very grateful. Very grateful for all that they've helped me through. It takes a lot for me to cry if people know me. A lot. So for me to be bawling for this long, it's a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kim Jonghyun, for everything that you've done. The beauty that was your life. 수고했어요, 정은이. 정말 수고했어요. Keep going strong up there in heaven, my boy. And thank you. Bye!